Ah, I see a
I'm here.
countdown. I see a countdown.
I'm
We're
here.
live, are we?
I think we're live. I think we're live. Oh my god. That took
Finally.
forever. But we're finally
Yeah.
here. Wow. That took a long time. I'm so sorry, everyone. There was a lot. There was a lot. It was just a lot. So everyone, to my over there, you'll see this little handsome face with a beard. Introduce yourself. For people who don't know, this is John. John, tell the people about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm John. I'm Irish, just from across the water from Ali, and I teach English, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing else interesting about me, no. So
Nothing
yeah,
else.
we've kind of we've been friends for the last kind of year or so, and yeah, well, I mean, I don't do what you do, but I do a small bit of teaching on Instagram, and I love my job, and
Small bit of teaching.
a
It's very
small bit of teaching.
very humble of you.
I know my background is all blurred. I should get rid of that now. It looks weird.
Why? It looks good. It looks professional. I
Think
like
so?
it.
Okay, if you
It
say
looks
so.
good.
So-
Yeah.
So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. You know, I'm
In a
I'm
nutshell.
kind of like, yeah, in a nutshell. Nice, huh?
I like
In
that.
few words.
Yeah. So should we write that one down? I think we should write
Yeah,
that one down.
absolutely.
In a nutshell.
That's me in a nutshell. Yeah.
In a nutshell.
Irish from Someone said Irish from Dublin. No, Irish from Cork. Sorry if that disappoints you. But Irish from Cork.
Yeah, okay, so we've spoken about this a lot. My geography is rubbish, and
Awful.
I can never remember, are you inside the EU, outside the EU? Is Cork Northern
I mean,
Ireland or Southern Ireland? Are you
it's
part
a-
of the UK?
It's an hour flight from where you are. Okay, so well, we're not part of the UK, but Ireland is an island, as most of you should know. But then we have Northern Ireland, which has 6 counties, and that's part of Britain, of the United Kingdom of Britain. But no, we're an independent country, and we're in the EU, and we have the euro. So we're not really affected directly by Brexit and all that. I guess we will be affected because we have the border with Northern Ireland, but in general, we're our independent country.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I'm going to forget
In a
that.
nutshell. That's Ireland in a nutshell.
It's Ireland in a nutshell. I'm going to forget
Exactly.
that like next week.
I
and
think
ask you again.
I think most people think that Ireland is like a country of farmers with red hair and stuff like that. It's kind
not.
of true. A lot of farmers and a lot of rural life, but not so much anymore, no? That's what you thought of me. You thought I was some like country bumpkin.
No, I
huh?
didn't. Only because of what you told me and the photos you sent me.
That's true. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's not dissimilar.
Cork is so small. Every weekend I see the same people.
It's true. It's true. We have like our population. I think what's the population of England? Like
Lots.
50 million.
Lots. I
Our
don't know.
population is like 4 million, 5 million. So we have a load of space, a load of green space, and there's nobody here. There's nobody
Yeah.
here. So come here and fill the space.
So look at the comments. Lavinia Lamenza, she wrote, "How is the situation in Ireland?" So you guys, I imagine it's the same as us.
in relation to the coronavirus, yeah, it's the
Lockdown or
same.
no?
Yeah, lockdown, but we are allowed to do exercise within, so that's a good word, within 2 kilometers of our house. So everything is closed. All the shops are closed. Schools are closed. Bars, restaurants, but just supermarkets are open, and we can basically go for a walk, which I think is similar in the UK, isn't it? You can do exercise.
Yeah.
Whereas in Spain and Italy, I don't think they can even do exercise. I think they have to like stay indoors.
Yeah, I saw a video of was one of the mayors of an Italian town, like just shouting at people. It's like, what are you running? Yeah, everyone is a runner now. Go home. Like,
exactly.
Brilliant.
And, when you contrast with the UK, like, well, really, we recommend going home, and we recommend, please. I know it's sunny and I know it's beautiful, and I know you want to go to. Whereas in Italy, it's like, what are you doing? Get home, They're so direct.
Yeah. What's it? I will come to your house with a flamethrower. Like,
yeah,
damn.
yeah.
All right.
But that's what I like about the Italians. No, they're very, very direct. We are very indirect in Ireland, and I think in the UK and England as well.
Yeah.
We're very polite, sometimes too polite and too indirect, but the Italians, they know how to speak their mind.
Truth. So, someone, was it Lazy Pear? Lazy Pear has written, does the new guy, his name is John, does John dye his hair to cover your gingerness? Are you ginger?
No, I'm not ginger, of course not. But you know what? When the sun shines through, there's like some deep-seated gingerness. No, I don't dye my hair.
It lightens with the sun.
In fact, I'm going grey, but no, I don't. No.
Can't see it, bud.
Irish people are not ginger. We're brown. We are basically a mix between potatoes and carrots, in every sense of the meaning. So,
pretty much.
No.
Mammy Mima is written, John pronounces R like Americans. That's true. So you guys have what's called a rhotic R.
Exactly.
Which, let's give people a few examples. So, you just said the word bar.
Bar, yeah, bar. So,
this word, bar. I say bar. John says
bar. So the tongue rolls back, it curls. Okay, so your tongue stays flat, no? Bar.
Yeah, bar.
And in North American English and in Irish English, not everywhere in North America, but in general, the tongue curls and rolls back, so it's bar, like Mars bar. So yeah, that's the biggest difference, I think, between British English and American English. No?
A huge difference, yeah. Well, you said not everywhere in America.
Like in New York, for example, it's non-rhotic, huh?
Yeah, I think Boston. They're similar to us.
Yeah.
They say car, pack.
Yeah, and New York too. No, that's New York. It's kind of weird. It's like a Y.
I think that's more like movie New York. I
think we're not good at accents. I think that's the bottom line.
We're not qualified to answer that question. Okay, so we asked you to ask us some questions that we could answer on this thing. So let's go through some of the questions that you guys answered. Oh, you know what? One of the main things was we haven't even mentioned that it's Easter. Happy Easter to anyone who celebrates or who doesn't. Happy Sunday.
Exactly. Yeah. I guess because for some people it's going to mean something, some of our followers, and for others, what does it mean to you? I mean, if you don't mind me starting with that.
Me?
Chocolate eggs? I don't have an egg.
Just before this, you asked me, Ali, do you have an egg?
I know, but I left it elsewhere.
Where did you leave it?
I left it in my friend's house.
Why would you do something so stupid?
I know. I'm going to go back after this.
You should. You should.
So,
can you come close? You seem really far away.
Okay. Now, better?
Come a bit closer. Come closer so people can embrace
I'll move my laptop closer.
This whole face. Yeah. You just seem
okay,
like
guys?
way far away. There we go.
I think it's the camera, and I don't know. Am I good? Everyone's asking how to use within, but we can come to that later, I guess. If you want to write it down, we can come to it later.
Yeah, I'll make a note. Mm-hmm. Hey, Nikki, welcome to the family. Easter celebrations, traditions. I'm not religious at all.
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
No. I'm agnostic. I mean, yeah. No, I'm not religious. I kind of respect the traditions, like, and I respect the fact that people celebrate them, and it's kind of nice, no?
Yeah.
And especially to see how they do it in different countries. But I think in general, I mean, now especially because nobody can do anything, but I think in general, young people here don't celebrate Easter as much as, say, our parents' generation. The same where you are, I guess.
Yeah, no, I'm. Usually I say atheist, but I heard there's a comedian who said a term which I found really funny and apt. He was like, I'm an apatheist. He was like,
Okay.
It's like, if there is a hell, I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna argue with you about religion. Like,
Yeah, that's a good one.
If there is, I don't care. I had a good life. I had fun.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just making a note of that rotic R sound.
Yeah, we can come back to it later.
Yeah, we should, because a lot of people asked about the difference in pronunciation.
Yes. Well, I'm sure they can hear it even from this video. So as we speak throughout the video, just maybe you can notice that R so Ali won't roll his R and I'll roll it. So
yeah,
just something to be curious about and to pay attention to.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, basically, so we don't celebrate any kind of religion side of Easter or Christmas or anything. So what we do, and what I have done all my life, I don't know about you, is the chocolate egg side of Easter.
Of course.
The chocolate side of Christmas.
I feel naked without my chocolate egg.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, so it's, I mean, ever since I was a child, I mean, it's like the thing to get excited about. Just have like 6 or 7 chocolate eggs. I mean, it's terrible, but I guess it's a bit like Christmas in that respect. I mean, it's kind of lost a bit of its original meaning and intention, no? Yeah. And now it's just, and the Easter Bunny, I guess we should explain that. No? I mean, for kids at least.
Yeah, so the Easter Bunny, I'm going to be honest, I'm not really sure what the Easter Bunny does. It's similar to the Tooth Fairy,
he brings
right?
the eggs, doesn't he?
But when? When you're asleep?
I don't know. That's the Tooth Fairy, isn't it?
Do you guys in your country, do you have the Easter Bunny? Let us know. Because...
yeah, look, someone says we hide chocolate eggs for children to find. Like
yeah,
a treasure
I'll give you
hunt.
that. Yeah.
I mean, I mean, my nephews and nieces are probably doing that today, yeah, so. But yeah, the Easter Bunny, I think it's just for kids. Well, I hope so. No, chocolate eggs. But even now, I've reached the point where I think every Easter I buy a chocolate egg for myself. Yeah. My mom still buys me a chocolate egg like a child, and to none of my siblings. But
you're the favorite one.
But the chocolate from a chocolate egg is so much nicer than the chocolate from the corresponding chocolate bar.
Here's a question: have you ever put some milk inside the chocolate egg? And
no, really?
Oh mate, for some reason it heightens everything. It's so good.
I'm going to try it today.
It's an experience, yeah.
Okay, just milk, yeah? No alcohol, nothing like that, no?
You could, I imagine, if you're a fan of alcohol and chocolate. I'm not. Like, those whiskey chocolates? Don't like them.
Yeah. Maybe Cointreau might be nice, but... That
could be good. That's the orange one.
But dangerous, yeah. Dangerous.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. So, that's Easter. Christmas, however, we have another chocolate tradition, which is an advent calendar. Which every day you open up a little door with a date on it, and then...
You take out a randomly shaped piece of chocolate, no? Like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It has a bad reputation, but like... Honestly, Easter egg chocolate, advent calendar chocolate, lovely. Love it.
All right.
Really,
some more questions? Good. So,
yeah.
What about food on Easter dinner? I mean, do you in the UK, do you eat something specific? Lamb or something like that?
The Easter dinner, pretty much the same as the Christmas dinner, which is what we call a roast dinner. Do you do the same? Roast dinner?
Yes, we do. Yeah. I mean, but I think with lamb instead of turkey. My mom makes roast lamb and no Brussels sprouts. But yeah, it's been a few years. I'm vegetarian a couple of years, so I'm not going to say I don't miss that because one of the pillars of British and Irish society and life is the Sunday roast. I mean, oh my God, Yorkshire pudding, roast potatoes. I know poor lambs. Mama Mimi says poor lambs. But yeah, I mean, the Sunday roast it's if you're in the UK or Ireland, you have to get like a good Sunday roast. Try to get a homemade one.
Yeah.
And you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Exactly. Lavinia, yes, I'm vegetarian. But Ali, have you cut down on meat as well? Or because you had vegan sausages for breakfast or something, right?
Yeah, I always say that, I eat everything. I used to be vegetarian, I used to be vegan, but now
everything in moderation, no?
Yeah, but even now, if I have some meat, I'm like, I'm not enjoying this. No. Like, for example, I don't know about you, but I follow a lot of animal accounts on everything. So the more cute animals I see, I'm like, I can't eat you.
I know. I did that to push myself to be. I visited like a farm sanctuary, and it was like
farm.
They're too cute. A farm, yeah. So you would say what? Farm, no?
Farm. Yeah.
Farm.
So
Farm.
One of the questions was Irish English versus British English, which I think throughout this thing we will talk about, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
I think when it comes to language itself, like idioms, it's virtually the same. It's practically the same. But I think
say that, but you have said a few things, and I'm like, what?
I think they're Americanisms, huh? If I have said them,
it could be.
Yeah, but even you say things like, for example, chuffed, and we never say that here. And mate, we never say mate. We say buddy.
You don't say
bud.
You don't say those?
No, we don't say mate. Right, mate. You say right, mate, and we don't say mate at all. For me, mate is British or Australian. I mean, Australians kind of own that now, but yeah. So there's a few terms that we don't use as regularly as you do, but I think the biggest difference is the pronunciation. But in terms of the language itself, it's not that much different. Like,
yeah.
You know
on the whole, in a nutshell, it's basically the same, I would say.
Exactly.
What were the words you said? I've got chuffed, and what was the other one?
Chuffed. Well, mate, obviously. Other things.
You don't say mate?
No, we don't say mate. We say.
This is news for me.
Really? Yeah, it's like Americans. Americans don't say mate.
Yeah.
And we say bud or buddy.
Yeah. But I've started saying that. I don't know why.
But that's probably from American TV and movies.
Yeah, it could be.
I imagine that's what that's from. But yeah, never. We never say mate. It feels so unnatural.
Yeah.
For us to say that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totes malotes, dog. So
can you always understand each other? Yes. I mean, yeah. You could always understand me, no?
What?
Whoops.
Someone has asked, what's the difference between further and farther? So first, pronunciation. Let's do that. So the only difference in spelling is one has a U, one has an A. So first, pronunciation. I'll go first. Further, farther.
Okay. I'd say further, and farther. Like roll that tongue back.
Wow. Wow.
Further and farther.
Yeah.
Very far.
Far.
Yeah. Exactly. That's the biggest difference. Someone has asked, another good word actually, Ali, is bloke. We never say bloke.
You don't? I'll add it to the list.
Add it to the list.
Shit.
So this is a list of things that we say in Ireland that they don't say in the UK, and vice versa. Well, more like things that are common in the UK and England, but we don't say it here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so further, farther, meaning. What does it mean? I think father is the easiest one. we're measuring distance.
Yeah.
For example, the distance from London to John is, I don't know an hour flight?
An hour flight, yeah. Which is farther from London to Birmingham, for example.
True. But even I don't know where Birmingham is. So let's go with like New York.
A more extreme example, yeah, exactly.
New York is farther
than Cork, than Dublin, say, from London, no?
Is
So yeah, exactly. It's more distance.
farther.
Mm-hmm.
To London than Ireland. So yeah, just more distance, like John said. But further, with a U, further, well, that's also an adverb, but it doesn't explain distance exactly. It explains you do something more. So,
exactly.
Do you want to give an example?
Yeah, so often if you, in formal emails or when you're getting information, someone will write at the end of the email or at the end of the post, they'll say, if you require further information, don't hesitate to contact us. So more additional information, further information, yeah?
Yeah, let's just shorten that.
Okay. Well, in that case, yeah, or...
We need to speak further.
Exactly, more, yeah, exactly. Good. That's very common, actually. I mean,
yeah.
Further information, yeah.
Okay, so, and the short explanation is more.
It's like more or additional,
something.
yeah.
Yeah. And then this one is just more distance.
Exactly.
Or whatever, more distance. So, yeah, both of them mean more, but that is the difference. This is talking about comparing distances. That one is just you do something more.
Yeah, exactly.
Or just more in general. Sophia Rose Wilkinson is asking if there's Scottish people here. I doubt it, but if
I don't know any Scottish English. I mean, there are a lot of like Irish and English teachers, but I haven't come across any Scottish ones yet. It would be nice, not to get some of that.
Well, like on YouTube or Instagram, you mean?
Yeah.
That is true. True.
The only Scot I follow on YouTube is Limmy or Limey. Okay. More questions?
Deanna is asking, where are you from?
Oh yeah, from Cork, the second city in Ireland, in the south, on the coast.
Hence the C in CET.
Yes, Cork English teacher. Yeah, it's not very original, but it does the job. People are asking about if we speak another language here. Irish is the language of Ireland, Gaelic, but nobody speaks it. We have that Celtic tradition and history, not Celtic, Celtic. A lot of people make that mistake, you know that? You make that mistake.
I make that mistake.
What? Are you kidding me?
Dude.
So, okay, I'm going to teach you something, Ali. So basically, Celtic, you can say it. It is said in some places, but it's more common to say Celtic, okay?
Yeah.
So we have a Celtic history because we come from the Celts. You can say Celts, but nobody says it. I mean, maybe people who are not like originally Celtic might say it, you know?
Also, isn't there
the football club?
I was going to say, there's a football club.
And the basketball team, Boston Celtics. So the football club is Celtic football club, but in terms of the culture and tradition, we say Celtic. And in Scotland, they say Celtic in general, I think. Celtic culture, Celtic tradition. Celtic. Okay.
Yeah. Now, Celtic, do you wear kilts?
We don't wear those skirts, those Scottish, those checked, no? Beautiful skirts that the guys wear. We don't, no. No, I think it's just in Scotland, no? I mean, I would like to wear a kilt, but you know, it'd be nice in summer, especially walking around, you know, getting a nice breeze on your legs. But no, only in Scotland. No kilts for the Irish.
No kilts. That's a shame. Do you have any traditional Celtic clothes?
No. To be honest, we aren't. I mean, we are not very, very traditional, because I guess because we were part of the British Empire for so long, we don't really have a very rich history. I mean, we have rich history, but it isn't, carried through to the present day. I mean, the typical Irish is, those big those cream wool jumpers and white wool jumpers, and the cap that they wear in Peaky Blinders. That would be a traditional Irish appearance. Or if you've seen Titanic, I'm sure everyone has seen Titanic. Titanic in Spanish, Titanici in Portuguese. But when DiCaprio was dancing, in that scene where they're doing the Irish dancing, that's like a typical traditional old Ireland outfit. So, but no, nobody dresses like that anymore. Now we just dress in Primark and H&M. Globalization has killed our Irish traditional costumes.
Do you have pennies there, or is it a Primark there?
It's pennies because it was an Irish company, I think, and it was called Pennies originally. But then they they wanted to make it international. But J.C. Penney in the States, they sued them.
Oh, that's why. I thought it was the other way. I thought Primark was something okay, that makes sense.
No, it started, but I think now Primark is owned by some British company. I don't know, but yeah, we have pennies. Yeah, pennies.
That makes sense. Melinda Vermes is saying she loves Irish dancing.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Mammy Mima said, do you have traditional music? But I think you just answered that one.
Yeah, we do have Irish folk music. It's a good word to pronounce. It's a silent L. Folk music, and but not so much. We don't. I mean, if you visit Ireland, a very typical thing to do is to go to an old pub, an old traditional pub, and listen to people playing the banjo and old men with bad teeth and one eyebrow playing traditional instruments and the violin.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what happens here. Someone says Dia Gwit. Oh, nice. So do you see what Zulkifli Jamil wrote?
What does that mean?
He wrote something, Dia Gwit, which means hello. But it's so strange because it's Dia Gwit, even though it's D-U-I-T. So yeah, that's a bit of the Irish. Yeah.
It means hello?
Yeah, exactly.
So do you speak?
No.
Fluently? Or is it just a few words?
Everyone has to study it at school.
Yeah.
Until you're 18. And I guess we get to a B2 level, for your followers who know those different levels. I guess we get B2, maybe pushing C1. But the trouble is that after that, it's not, you don't see it, or it's not used in public places or on television. So as a result, nobody is encouraged, or it's not like in Catalonia in Spain where, everything is written in Catalan, or at least in Spanish and Catalan. Whereas here, everything is in English. And in some places you'll find Gaelic or Irish written, but
yeah.
So,
I wish I could speak that. I wish we could speak it as our own secret language, and then we could talk shit about people and they wouldn't know. It'd be really fun.
I know.
I wonder everyone who's watching and everyone who learns English, I wonder if they do that in English in their own city. Let us know if you do that, or is it not really safe to do that? Because
I think they do, because I've experienced that. I've been in Spain with Spanish people, and they're like, okay, let's speak in English, so they won't understand us,
But I would assume that that's kind of risky, because to assume
risky,
no one there speaks English.
I remember that picture of you from, was it Korea, where you were you were in a cafe, you're overhearing the conversation. But
it's a good feeling when there's someone on the table next to you, and you're they think that you don't understand, that no one understands, and they're talking about something embarrassing.
Uh-huh.
You're
So what? Patricia Fernandez says Slointe. You see that with the 2 pints. So that's a good thing to learn in many languages. So in the UK, when you have like your beers, what do you say in the UK?
Cheers.
Cheers, yeah. So we say cheers here as well. But in Irish we say sláinte. Okay.
Sláinte.
I think, yeah, in Spanish they say salud. I'm not sure in Portuguese, something similar. Like normally they say health, but we say sláinte, yeah.
Saúde? Is that
Saúde or something like that? Yeah. Yeah,
know.
something like that. And chin chin as well, I think that's in Spanish.
I can't
That's kind of a
Portuguese.
That's a fun thing to learn. No, for what do they say in like? Do you remember what they say in Japan or anywhere like that?
Kanpai.
There you go. So it's kind of a nice thing to do because then you can practice them. Salud, yes. People are saying that.
There we go. Thank you. Saúde.
Yes. And in Italy they say salute in Italy, yeah. So
Santé. French sounds so cool. Santé. So
I know.
elegant.
It's all about health. Except cheers. Cheers is like thanks, which is kind of strange.
Yeah.
No, okay. The Polish one is impossible to pronounce. Huh? Okay, I'm not going to try.
Yeah. So we got a question, and me and you, we have spoken about this. On Instagram, Miyaku said, "Is accent important or not? Do we just need clear pronunciation?" I can't remember if we agree or disagree on this point. We have spoken about it.
I mean, as long as the accent isn't impeding the understanding. I mean, I think it's kind of nice, no? When it's very difficult to lose your accent completely, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I've had a couple of students who lived in London, and Spanish students, and they sound just like native English speakers. But I think that people, in my opinion, I think that it's good to learn phonetics and to study them and to try, and especially when you're starting to learn the language, I think it helps a lot. Yeah. But I think accent, I don't think it's as big a deal as just generally being understood. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
I'm always impressed. I'm always impressed when a non-native speaker uses something so colloquial. And it's so nice. It's like, that's my opinion. I think it's, as long as it doesn't impede your English, I think it's okay. You know? What do you think?
Yeah, we agree then. Mm-hmm. Definitely. I think pronunciation to the point of that people can understand you.
Yeah,
Great.
exactly. Yeah.
And having an accent is fun, sexy sometimes.
Exactly.
Maybe
not if you're an Irish or an English person trying to speak Italian, but the other way around.
Yeah.
Like I remember trying to speak French at school. It's like je m'appelle Jean, and it was like I felt so ridiculous. That sexiness doesn't come into play there.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you were saying, I think I wouldn't worry about it a lot, but at the same time, I wouldn't ignore it. You know what I'm saying? So
totally.
I think balance is key to everything, no?
Yeah. So someone else wrote also, what's your favorite accent? Let's do favorite accent from an English speaking country, and then favorite accent globally.
But you know what? I mean, for me, it changes depending on the gender. I don't know if it's the same for you, but
yeah.
For example, I'll give you an example, okay? I really love the sound of French and French people, and it's a very, very beautiful language. But then when I hear women speaking French, I don't know why that is, but then when I hear men speaking French, it sounds a bit strange. I don't know, for me. But maybe because it's a softer language, whereas like German and stuff is like a much harder language. But
yeah,
I don't know. So first, favorite language, favorite accent in English from a native English speaker. I'm gonna have to say New York. I think it's just so cool. It's so cool, man.
It's really cool.
It's just, and I think also they have a way with words. You know, like Like, forget about it. Huh? It's like, yeah.
It's true.
So New York for me is my favorite English accent. And you?
Oh, I think I might have to agree. That Long Island, that coffee, talk, walk.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then, so French then is the non-English.
No. I was just comparing like the difference between like how I interpret the French language, but non-English person speaking English. You mean?
Yes.
I think all of them. For example,
you're gonna make a lot of enemies right now.
I know. No, but I love Brazilian Portuguese speaking English because it's kind of like it's very sweet. So the way they speak, it's sweet. Whereas like other Spanish is a harder accent. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think they're all nice in their own way. No, they're all kind of like endearing, and I would find it hard to pick one. I have to say I do like the Portuguese people speaking English because they speak in a very soft way and it's kind of cute. So I like that. I don't know, something about it.
Yeah, I've said it. It's not the first time I've said it. I agree, but like Brazilian, but very specifically from Minas. I can never pronounce it.
Yeah.
Minas Gerais. I can't.
Minas Gerais. Yeah.
That accent, very, very specifically. That accent, love it. I don't know why. It just sounds amazing.
Exactly, but then at the same time, I like the character of, say, the Italian accent.
Yeah.
It's like it's just so Italian. So I think that for me, I enjoy it. In general, I enjoy it. It's very different. It's representative of personality and different things. But for example, even in Spain, from Andalusia, they cut a lot, so there's a lot of flow in English, and it's kind of funny too. So I think it's hard to pick one, but there's something. The Brazilian Portuguese is Brazilian speaking in English is kind of.
It sounds great.
Kind of nice.
It sounds really, really good.
And I also think it's because they're quite smiley and cheerful people, no? So
yeah,
so it kind of helps.
The personality really helps. Like the whole kind of let's go to the pubby.
Yeah, the Facebook.
The pubby.
Yeah,
Facebooky. It's just cute.
Okay, but exactly. I think they should keep saying Facebooky.
Facebooky. Yeah.
So what about English accent that you dislike from English speakers?
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
I was gonna say the like real posh upper class.
Oh God, yeah. The posh one just makes you sound like a dick.
Exactly. Yeah, but the funny thing is that's the English that a lot of people love to hear.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I love that Hugh Grant's accent in that movie. Is like, I think for natives, for us, it's like,
you just sound like out of touch with reality, and a posh dickhead.
Exactly. Yeah.
I hate posh people in general. They can all
Yes.
So so moving on, and kind of along the same lines, Davide said, do you think it's possible to discourage the use of connected speech? I think it's going too far. This is interesting. Do you think connected speech isn't going too far? What? I didn't know this was like a controversial thing.
Oh, I don't think so.
Are you serious? No, of course not. Okay, so let's go on.
Gabby, two different Gabbies. How does English from Liverpool sound? And Cockney is the Scouse accent is very hard for me to do. This is where we need Tom, but it's a lot of Scouse accent. It's at the back of the throat and a lot of, and it's like Donald Duck.
Yeah, there's a lot of. Don't like it. Don't like it.
If you like Scouse accents,
like
it's very strange. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Don't like it.
Yeah, it's strong.
Liverpool.
The Scottish one is nice.
Yeah, I just
So
just no. Your accent's cool. I must say your accent is cool. Yes,
Really?
it's very cool. So just going back to David's point of connected speech, if I read this without connected speech, right, I liked it. It sounds like a robot. So it's always better to have connected speech.
That's something that I push and I encourage a lot in classes. Sometimes I get my students just to repeat one long connected sentence, because that's how we. Also, it's going to help you with your listening skills because, I mean, you if you don't speak with connected speech, you'll be expecting other people to do the same, and then natives, we connect every single word. Oh my God. I mean, it's very rare to separate them.
Totally. I mean, go on.
Yeah, that's something that as well. I mean, I think that teachers, maybe English teachers starting, sometimes they worry about being understood so much, and they really separate. Okay, today we are going to study, and that's bad for the student because you can still speak slowly, but you can connect your speech. Today we're going to, So that's handy. So yeah, connected speech, I'm all for it.
Yeah, no, totally. That is a huge pet peeve of mine when teachers try to make it easy, but it just sounds wrong.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, no, you're just teaching bad pronunciation. You can speak, like you said, clearly, slowly, without talking wrong and weird. And there is like the teacher accent, right? Mm-hmm. And it's maybe not for you, but for us, it's some teachers might add that rhotic R. If the students are like South American, the teacher might add some American pronunciation. I hate that. And it's like, dude, just speak in your normal voice.
I know.
Whatever your normal voice is.
Exactly.
Speak like that.
I mean, maybe they can open their mouth a bit more, but they should still speak in their normal.
Yeah, cool.
I totally agree with that. But yeah. Questions?
I did do this in a video, but I just want to use it as another example.
Someone says, "Is it cold because you're wearing a hat?" Well,
no, I'm just bald.
Larry David.
Yeah. So yeah, again, with connected speech, if I say this without connected speech, I can't thank you enough. It sounds really strange, right? Yeah. We wouldn't talk like that. That sounds very unnatural. But like you were saying, like some new teachers might talk like that. So what we'd do, always, you see that last consonant sound usually links to the next vowel sound. Thank you. I can't thank you. Wait, no, not that one. Sorry, that one. Between those two vowel sounds, I would connect them with a w. Instead of you enough, it would be you enough. You enough.
Exactly.
Thank you enough. You enough. So it sounds like they're connected. That's
exactly.
Yeah.
I really like if you can write it down there.
Yeah.
The other, no, like the definite article with.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah, one. the Y connection. No?
The other.
The other one. The other one. No? The other one. So instead. You're getting some stick here about being bald. Baldy hasn't waxed his head.
I didn't put my head wax on today. The other.
I think you would look. I think it's part of you though. It's like your doppelganger. Jason said, hair wouldn't suit you. I think I've seen a photo of you like with some weird makeup on from when you were. You shared a post last year like with a friend of yours. And you were like, your face was pink, with makeup and you were like that on a sofa.
Was I dressed as Princess Peach or Zombie Superman?
I don't know. But you had hair. I know you had like wispy hair. And
if it was Princess Peach, that wasn't my hair. That was a wig.
Really? No, I don't think you. No, I don't think you were wearing a wig. You had share. It was you and one of your best friends or something in a photo.
Oh yeah, I was Zombie Superman. Yeah, yeah. And so my friends told me that going bald was the best thing to happen to me because yeah, I just looked weird with hair.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay. So, what you were saying, you brought up a really good point with the other. Do you want to explain that?
Yeah. So, well, because other starts with a vowel sound, so we pronounce the article the. Yeah. And then when we're using connected speech, we don't say the other. There's no pause there unless you're trying to emphasize. No, I want the other one. But if you say it fast or normal, we say the other. Okay, so it sounds like a Y in between them. It's that Y sound. So no, I want the you can hear the other one, the other one, the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, so not I want the other one, the other. It's actually harder almost, well, for us anyway, to say the other one. When you stop, yeah. you have to kind of breathe when you stop.
Definitely.
And in the second case, it's the same. The other actor, the other.
Yeah.
That's a common example of that. With the definite article and a word starting with a vowel sound, like the apple, the orange, the umbrella, So it's like a Y sound in between.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, like you just mentioned another thing about these. So like we said before, how Irish English is rhotic, so you would say other, right?
Oh, yeah.
We wouldn't. In England English, no, we'd say the other. So let's do a quick comparison. I would say other. How would you say it?
I'd say other.
Right.
Other.
So, and then but then here, let's go to this one. Instead of saying the other actor, because this is a schwa sound, other, and then this one is a vowel sound, actor. So we've got schwa and both vowel sounds. We would connect those with an R sound. We haven't done that one yet. But yeah, so now I would pronounce that R. The other actor. The other actor. Good
point. Yeah.
However, what people often miss is like with this, in one, yes, it starts with a vowel letter, but that's not a vowel sound. Other one. That's already a consonant sound. It's not a vowel sound.
It's a W, isn't it? Yeah, one, yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be like other one. No.
Exactly.
Other one. Other actor, for example.
Good. Nice.
Yeah.
It's that kind of, especially for advanced, like upper intermediate to advanced learners.
Yeah,
they're interesting. They're interesting. I wouldn't worry. I mean, I wouldn't worry about it too much at lower levels if you're just starting out. But if you really want to, if you're worried about sounding more fluent or more natural,
definitely,
it's definitely something interesting to. You have videos on that, do you?
I have a lot. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely.
There's something to do with your Easter Sunday.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oops, I forgot to say Happy Easter. Did we say Happy Easter?
I'm not sure about it. We can do it again to the new people. So Happy Easter, guys.
Happy Easter, everyone. Have a lovely day.
Easter.
I hope your Easter is lovely and
exactly. Even if you don't celebrate it, at least I hope you have a happy Sunday. Okay.
And get some chocolate. Dude. There we go. It's more legible. There we go. Okay. What else have we got? We got quite a few questions.
Hello, Italy.
Oh, we already answered a lot of these. That's good. Okay.
Someone has asked here, I wondered if the Irish accent had a major influence in the American accent. I don't know.
I often thought that.
But apparently that the English of like Shakespeare's time was a bit closer to America. There's a theory. So basically, America was made up of like, apart from like immigrants from Germany, Poland, Ireland, Italy, the English. Okay, so why is it that the American accent is so different to the English when it was English people who went there first? And there's a theory that the English of like Shakespeare's time, or at least 500 years ago, was a bit. It wasn't exactly as English as nowadays, like English from England, but it was a kind of a maybe it was kind of like transatlantic, or I don't know. But so yeah, it's kind of interesting. But I don't think that. No, I would say maybe it's the other way around, that Ireland was influenced by Americans coming back, maybe. But something that's interesting, the word "yeah" comes from the Irish language.
In what you mean, like I love ya?
Like yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And yeah. It comes from Irish because "sha" is yes in Gaelic. Yeah.
What?
And apparently, I read this in a book. I think it was Bill Bryson's mother tongue or something like that. And basically, a lot of Irish were living in New York, and basically, like they were the builders with the Italians and Germans and Polish. And Irish people back then said "sha, sha," which means yes in Gaelic. But then the Americans interpreted it as "yeah," and that's how it came into language.
Wow.
Interesting. Huh?
There's so many influences.
Yes. And
I'm reacting, like pretending like I was paying attention.
Exactly, yeah.
Like,
Bill Bryson.
Wow.
Have you read Bill Bryson, by the way?
Dude, no.
Oh, God.
Is it good?
Yeah, all of his books are amazing, but that one is really good. Mother tongue. So for any proficient English speakers out there, I would recommend Mother Tongue. It's a great book. It's about the history of the English language, but told in a funny way. Yeah,
that's interesting. I do know that one. So I use an app, Blinkist, and that's on there, but it's just like the snippets.
15 minutes.
Yeah. So I'm probably not getting the full effect of his writing. Mm-hmm. It's literally just the takeaways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So more questions or any Corona carry? Easter English words.
Easter English words. Well, we did Easter egg, Easter bunny.
Oh well, maybe about Jesus and. I mean, coming out of the two, I'm not sure.
I was just thinking. I was like, I don't.
Yeah, like the two worst teachers to consult.
I'm not even sure I know the story. Is that okay? So this is going to sound really bad. Is Easter the one where Jesus died and then came back after 3 days?
Yes, the Romans killed him on Friday. No? On Thursday. Okay. Thursday night was the garden. The kiss on the cheek, all that jazz.
Who? What?
I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then on Friday he was killed. He was crucified.
Why do they call it Good Friday then? That's not good.
I know it's not very Good Friday. Yeah. Well, it sounds better than calling it Shitty Friday.
It's like an okay Friday at best.
And yeah, we should mention hot cross buns.
Oh my God! Is it hot cross bun time?
I've just realized it's probably not appropriate. Hot cross bun. Anyway. Yes. So basically, I think Jesus rose from the dead on Sunday.
What a good phrase of that.
Anyone who knows. Yeah, Friday was the crucifixion, Effie says, and then listen, I feel terrible. So if anyone wants to teach us something about Easter.
Yeah, I'm ignorant in the sense that of the truest sense of the word. I just don't know.
I've just forgotten.
Yeah,
it's Holy Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. So he came back from the dead, and then, dude, I'm so.
Yeah.
not knowledgeable.
I know. Let's change topic.
Yeah.
Before we expose ourselves even further.
Yeah, I just don't. Sorry, guys. I just don't know. Yeah. Okay.
There must be some like religious English teacher on YouTube.
There'll be one somewhere.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, so Laia asked, how do you improve your listening? I can understand with English subtitles, but my listening is terrible.
Do you know what I think the problem is, Ali?
Go on.
I think the problem is that people get their listening practice from movies and series. But for me, all of that is scripted. And for me, things like this, where it's like real conversations, and it's exactly what you would expect to hear if you were speaking to a native. I think the more real life scenarios, the better. So, for example, I often encourage people to watch or listen to interviews, because interviews are quite easy to follow. You have like a question and an answer, so it's easy to follow, and it's off the cuff. And it's improvised, and sometimes it's just sit back and listen to people talking about their lives, or an interview or something like that, and that's how I think that's underrated. TED Talks, it's a bit cliche, but
it's a very teacher thing.
I think
to say.
It is a teacher thing to say. But I think, for example, if you love I love movies and cinema, so I'm often like watching interviews with directors and actors and funny things as well. But I encourage, for example, my Spanish students, I encourage them to watch interviews with like people like Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem, whose English is amazing, perfect, and also it gives you an idea of what kind of level you can attain in the future. But that's one way of improving your listening. The radio. What do you think?
Definitely agree with the non-scripted thing. I always say listen to podcasts or just talk radio.
Podcasts.
There are millions of apps that you can listen to talk radio from everywhere, and that I don't even think that you should be trying to learn vocabulary from radio podcasts. Mm-hmm. You should just be going for the style, the intonation.
And the gist. I think people, that's another mistake that people make, is when they're watching TV and series. If you have a high level where you understand everything, fine, but don't worry too much about learning vocabulary. Try to understand things from the context and imagine, like, even if you don't understand what phrasal verb they use, imagine what you might say in that situation. Like, that's what he might be saying, because if you think about it in that situation. So I think that sometimes, like, pay attention, but don't worry about learning vocabulary from that. Like, you can learn a little bit, but I think just be curious about, as you say, the intonation and stuff like that. And
I think it's good to allow your ear to adjust, much like a dial on a radio or something,
Mm-hmm. If
you let your ear, it's like when you, for example, so I speak a little bit of Spanish, tiny bit of Japanese. Like if I go to Colombia or a Spanish-speaking country, it takes me a day or two before I can feel comfortable receiving sentences into my ear and knowing that I can understand it. So it's more about like tuning your ear and training
the speed. No, it's like
So it's like
definitely podcast. You made a great point. Podcasts, and even as you say, one thing that Ali told me last year, and it's like, sometimes you have people advertising and sponsoring. I would only recommend something that I would do in my own language. So I love podcasts. I'm sure you listen to podcasts. So, you need to do things that you enjoy, and definitely, I wouldn't recommend podcasts if I didn't listen to them anyway, or if I didn't think they could be interesting. And I know you like podcasts too, so podcasts all the way.
Two very quick things. One, someone's asking, are your nails painted, and why?
It's coming.
Show
it's
us.
coming off.
Show us.
Look, the nail polish is coming off. One of my friends, basically, we were bored, and she was like, I'm going to paint. She was painting her nails, and she said, I'm going to paint your nails someday.
Standard.
Okay.
Standard.
It was you know when you're on the sofa kind of watching TV and stuff. I was
like paint him.
I was curious. I've never had my nails painted, and only 2 of them, and then I said that's enough. So yeah,
that was your limit. So also, second one, do you have any podcast suggestions? What are your 2 favorite podcasts?
Well, funnily enough, West Cork. Yeah, in fact, even for you, I think it's like the top podcast, one of the top podcasts in the world, like for the last 10 years. It's a true crime podcast. If you like true crime and murder mystery, unsolved murders, super nice. And other podcasts that I've been listening to, it depends. I'm kind of a bit like you. I'm a nerd, and it's
called West Cork,
nerdy stuff. West Cork, yeah, it's so good. Yeah, that podcast is West Cork, and it's so atmospheric, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
And if it's on Audible, if anyone has Audible.
And what's the other one?
And the other one, well, I normally listen to true crime, but I'll recommend something like
Serial.
Serial is good, or the other one is Accused.
Accused.
It's a bit hard to follow though.
Well, I mean, for advanced, we've got something for everyone.
Yeah, Accused. Yeah. But I think if you're like, for example, if you love football, soccer, there's a lot of soccer, and if you love movies, and if you like culture, just on Spotify or wherever, just try to. I think one thing that people, the internet is full of things, so think about what you like in your language and what you're curious about, and look for it in English, and just keep Googling and you'll find something. And I'm sure, now there's plenty of websites with recommendations. So whatever something like, for example, I love those true crime murder mysteries. And I really like Audible as a source of kind of entertainment, but also for students. Because they can listen to audiobooks and podcasts. Do you have Audible? Do you?
I did the 1-month trial thing and I just cancelled it. That's all you have to do.
I know. I do that with everything.
Yeah. I think it's all about the free stuff. That's what I'm about.
Yes.
So
freebies.
Okay, what can I recommend? So there you go. Podcasts, they're free. Also, get a VPN.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say. We'll find out. Get a VPN. Change your internet thing to the UK, and then go on BBC. Yes, BBC iPlayer. They have at least 2 off the top of my head. English shows that you can watch free on BBC iPlayer, but you need the VPN to say I'm in the UK. I would watch Fleabag. I love that show. It's amazing.
It's so good.
Killing Eve, also amazing.
Killing Eve, good.
So they're all, off the bat, 2 amazing shows. For free that you can watch BBC iPlayer, get a VPN. Perfect. Exactly. There's a bunch of others, but like...
Actually, honestly, one of the best apps, and it has some podcasts. Sorry, BBC. I don't like their YouTube channel and their Instagram page, but their app, BBC 6-Minute English, is really nice.
I agree on that one. Yeah.
It's good because you get like a 6-minute audio file, and you can follow the transcript. So guys, I would definitely recommend. I've checked it myself, and I check it every now and again. BBC 6-Minute English is nice especially for kind of like maybe A2 to B2, maybe B1.
Yeah.
So lower intermediate English.
Yeah.
BBC 6-Minute English is really good.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely like the 6-Minute English. They're really good. Do you want to shout out any? YouTube or Instagram teachers or resources that you like? For example, 6 Minute English from BBC, like that. Any others?
Yeah. I don't really follow that many people. I mean, am I allowed to plug myself?
By all means. I didn't put your...
Yeah.
No, I have. I've put you in the description of this.
No.
I've put you at Cork English Teacher on Instagram.
Yeah. You can follow me if you want. I mean, I think I think my stories are okay, because it's a bit of everyday English, but I'm just trying to think of other pages and stuff. I don't know, but I think YouTube in general there's so many interesting things. Do you know, in a nutshell, Kurt's Gazette? Or whatever it's called?
Yeah, they're great. They're amazing.
That is amazing.
Crazy, right?
Listen, it's my favorite channel on YouTube. It's called Kurt's Gazette.
I'm not even going to try and spell that.
In a nutshell in English, you know that? That's the German for in a nutshell.
Oh, is that what it means?
Exactly.
No way.
Yeah. So, it's pronounced Kurzgesagt.
Yes.
If you like science, nerdy stuff, can I write that in the chat? I can.
Yeah, you can put it and I can pin it, I think.
Check it out on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's not for English, but it's and they have a Spanish version of it as well for anyone who wants it. But I'll put it again. It's so good. I posted twice.
We're gonna pin this.
It's so good. Did you watch the thing I sent you? The egg. No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. No, sorry.
You saw it like 7 minutes. Fuck that.
Sorry, dude. I was thinking, should I just lie?
Yeah. So definitely in a nutshell, Kurt's Gesicht or whatever you call it.
Yes.
So good. I don't know why they didn't give it an easier name, but at the same time, I'm glad they did.
Yeah. Someone's mentioned Ingvid. Why do I know Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember
those
Ingvid.
long videos. I find them a bit boring.
They're not for me, but maybe you'd like them.
Yeah. It depends. Everyone's different.
Yeah. I mean...
Do you say each to their own in England?
Each to their own.
Different strokes for different folks.
Love it. I'm going to write that one.
You know what they say. You know what they say in Spanish. Para gustos los colores. So for tastes, colors.
Interesting.
So like, there's a different color. There's a different color for every taste, which is nice. So yeah, whatever you're into. I mean, so I think Ingvid can be maybe again for like people who really want to focus on I've seen them doing like quite heavy grammar stuff, but not. I found it a small bit boring.
Yeah.
So, but for example, I think that an English lesson on how long are your videos typically? Like 10 minutes or
between 10 and 15 usually.
Yeah, I think. In general, if I see a video that's longer than 15 minutes, it's like, it's hard to focus.
Unless
nowadays.
it's the Hot Wings one. Hot Ones.
What's that?
When they answer questions and they have to eat hot wings and it gets progressively spicy.
Yeah.
I'll watch an hour of that, no problem.
Or the roasts.
Yeah, they're so good. Yes, it's amazing. Ones for business English. Mate, I'm making a business English series, but I don't know anyone who's got like pure business English stuff. That would be a good... if there were any English teachers going to start on Instagram or YouTube.
Honestly, that business. Guy Derek... Yeah.
No one does that.
That guy Derek... There is that Irish guy Derek, and he does do just business English, yeah?
Derek. Oh!
And he does Derek.
Yes, okay.
He's good, yeah. So... his stories are nice because he does a lot of those quizzes, but no, on YouTube I don't think I haven't come across any business English.
No, me neither. Pretty weird.
But so I have like 8 minutes left.
Dude,
so is there anything that we need to...
Yeah, let's wrap this up. So let's answer one more question and then we'll say goodbye. Forever. Never gonna see you again. I hate you.
No, I never want to see your face again.
Never. Stupid face and your stupid beard.
Yeah. You could grow a beard, judging by your 5 o'clock shadow.
I can. It just looks messy. Because you know what? Mine isn't thick like yours. So mine just looks really gross.
Mine, if I shave mine is like that.
No.
Ali has got a 5 o'clock shadow. I like that phrase, man.
No. So when I was a teenager, I had really bad acne, and I think that a lot of my hairs don't grow because of it.
Really?
I think. I'm not a scientist or a doctor. I don't know, but
fair enough.
Yeah, I think that's why. So it stays at this length, and this is as far as it goes.
It's nice. It's rough.
Yeah. Okay, so
hello, Russia.
Hey, Russia.
Russia. So, Reynard, is there anyone from Russia? Okay.
Your beard is very beautiful.
So,
people love your beard, dude.
Yeah. My mom hates my beard.
Just hates
my mother's
it.
like, she's like, yeah. She's like, please, for me, if you love me, you'll shave your beard. Emotional blackmail.
Saki is saying,
I think because she grew up in like a different time, and back then all the men had like one suit that they wore 7 days a week, and like they all had like brill creamed hair, clean shaven.
Have you seen, those old videos from like 100 years ago? Some people have remastered them and cleaned them up so they look modern. But it's a video from 1911, so people walking
and
around.
They slowed down the thing.
And but they've like corrected it with color and speed and everything.
Yeah.
And the people wearing the suits fit very badly. And I'm like, movies get this really wrong.
I know, because people look at photos of the past and they say, oh, everyone was so elegantly dressed like in the 20s. Like, yeah, but like 5 people slept in one room and they had one suit all and they washed with like, just water.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
A lot of people are asking to explain within, so will we explain it? And then...
Within, the word within, we need a new...
Yeah.
I think I can do this. Do one of these. There we go. Okay.
I use that word a lot. As
within.
Well. You will use it, but yeah.
Okay, let's first do a couple sentences using the word within.
Okay.
Do you want to?
I just realized I'm going super grey in the camera. I can see it. Huh?
Well, yeah. If you point it out, people are going to notice. But if you just shut up about it,
man, we're getting old.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I'm blissfully unaware. I don't know what my hair color is doing.
Your hair could be purple for all
I wouldn't know. Yeah. So let's say.
When I teach it, I always say, within. It's used in two senses: time and space.
Uh-huh.
So, for example, within for time.
Yeah.
So I will reply within an hour, or I'll get back to you within an hour. Please get back to me within. Yeah. Or your parcel will arrive within 2 days.
Oh, yeah.
Nice one.
So usually it would be I'll reply within the hour. The hour. Yeah. Oh, there's another good connected speech thing. The hour.
Mm-hmm.
The hour. So yeah. In other words, between now and the end of an hour.
Yeah.
So exactly. That would be time, and then space. The only thing I can think of is like, was it the Roman Empire? Was that the one that was like destroyed from within? No, it's not, is it?
Exactly.
Is it?
No, it was. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So within is like inside, somewhere inside.
Yeah.
Space or time, so like the hour, so somewhere inside it. So I think that in most languages that's what you would say, but in English we wouldn't say I'll reply inside the hour, we'd say within the hour.
Yeah That's a bit dark. It's readable. I'm afraid to change the brightness. Okay, yeah, I think so. So yeah, within within, in the context of space, then.
Okay, in the context of space,
There's.
Well, you could say like within 5 miles.
Go on. What?
7.
No, go on.
So, for example, in Ireland we have a lockdown.
Yes.
But we are allowed to do exercise within a 2-kilometer radius. Within 2 kilometers. So we're allowed to do exercise within 2 kilometers of our home. Does that make sense?
Okay, so like we have to stay
within. Yeah, exactly.
Within 2 kilometers. That's.
It's nothing. But it's great if you don't like exercise. It's like, oh, it's okay. I can only walk 2 kilometers anyway.
From or of. Yeah. So this short explanation. It means inside. Talking about time. Inside the hour. Space. Inside a distance. Those are 2 examples how you might use it. Yeah.
Exactly. So,
shall we? Shall we?
We'll call it a day. Thank you so much, man.
Dude, thanks for joining. This was epic.
Yeah. I'm still wondering if you've read half of those books on the bookshelf behind you.
Nope, none.
With quarantine, the quarantine is the perfect.
Yeah. People are like, oh, if only I had time. If only I had nothing to do all day, I would get so much done. Not me.
I know. I think listen, about this whole quarantine, we will never, probably, hopefully, never experience this again. So I think you kind of have to try to be positive and try to enjoy it if you're being super lazy and getting fat, which I'm doing. Enjoy it if you're being productive, and enjoy it if you're spending time with people. So just try to enjoy it. It'll never happen again.
True. We're doing this now, so we don't have to do it.
I can't stop eating biscuits.
Yeah, I feel it. I bought an 8-pack of croissants yesterday, and I finished them. So
I know. Do you know what the nice thing is? I think that everyone is in the same boat. So this summer, it's going to be about personality. It's not going to be about appearance.
I hope no one has
At
abs.
least we can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm looking at the camera. My face is just getting rounder and rounder. It's just, I need to stop eating bread. Yeah. Okie dokie.
Anyway,
so thanks for joining me,
pleasure.
John. You're a legend.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone who was patient enough for, how long have we been on the call? Like
an hour and 20.
1 hour and a half, max. An hour and 20. So
let's try and
do it again.
Yeah, let's try and say goodbye to as many people. Whoever writes goodbye in the comments, we'll say goodbye and give you a
Gotta blow them kisses.
We have to blow everyone a kiss.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
Nettie Zabeth. Christina Lopan. Sophia.
Phoenix.
Saki.
Christina. Sophia. Lavinia.
Violet. Luciana. Jose.
What about the Russian?
Daniel.
The Russian
Effie. Davide. Roxana. Maya. Lourdes. Natalia. Salome. Lazy Pair. Why have you stopped? Why have you stopped?
I know why you're doing this. You're doing it to exercise your jaws.
Yes, I am. It's good calories I'm burning here. Exactly. Shiva,
thank you so much.
Do the kiss goodbye thing. What are you doing?
It's too many people.
We can't read them. Marco Lollipop Pen.
Sophia.
Nida. Jan. Saki. Lubomir. Lavinia. Lavinia went twice.
Sergey.
This is fun.
My lips are tired from
this
that.
This is fun.
At least we kissed somebody.
This is true.
Okay, guys.
Lockdown. It will keep you. Yeah. Shenia says, "Is this an ASMR channel?" That is fun. Now it is. Okay. All right, dude.
Orgy. Someone wrote orgy.
Pretty much. It's a kiss orgy.
On that note.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye, Hannah. Bye.
See you guys.
Ali, I'll see you later.
See you, bud.
Thanks a million. Thanks a lot. You're the best. Bye. Love you.